The fun that Dottie was. I mean, she was so much fun. Somebody asked me if you had to sum up Dottie. And I loved holidays. All the holidays were special. I said, well, she had more Easter eggs at Easter than anybody, more jelly beans. She had more 4th of July fireworks. She had more pumpkins. You know, she had more every holiday. She had more of it because that she just had such a gusto for life, you know.
You know, Bill, I think when I think about Dottie West, I think about a giving lady. And when I had been out of the business for a number of years and came back into the business, she was the first woman in the business, aside from my mother and, you know, my family, that opened up her doors to me. When I was actually really struggling, I was nothing, just nothing. And I was not even making enough to keep food on the table at that point. She opened up her home. Would you come to our dinner party, she said. I'd love to have you over there. And she recorded that night, and I got to watch her just be Dottie West and just have fun. And I always have that memory of her. And the last night she worked the Opry before the crash, the next time she was headed. That way she was asking me, I had, for some reason, had cried. I don't know what about. And so she was saying, I'm having trouble, Dottie, with my contacts there. I was a new contact wearer. And so she was telling me, oh, you know, it builds up a protein when you cry. And she was really helping me and explaining all that to me. And she said, you know, I'm doing so much better. She said, I finally found some help and some people to talk to that know how to help me, and I'm on the right track now. That's the last thing I heard out of Dottie West. Mother?
Yes, and she was so thoughtful of her friends. One day, when I was living in Brentwood, a package came to my door. And so I went to delivered it, and it came from Hawaii. And I said to myself, well, who do I know in Hawaii? And I opened it up, the most beautiful dogwood necklace, Dottie West. In there she wrote, well, Emily, I saw this, and you came right to my mind because of your song. I had to get it for you, and sent it to me all the way from Hawaii.
That's wonderful. Well, Emily, while you and Carol, you got the microphone, you're sitting there. Oh, sure, go ahead.
Let's tell us real quick about Dottie. You tell it. It involves Tommy Hill, and I think that you should bring it to light.
Well, since Goldie's Tommy's sister.
Well, I'm proud of Tommy. He's a pretty good guy, and the way I understood it, everybody in Nashville had turned Dottie down, and on her way out of Nashville, she stopped at Starley Records, where Tommy was the producer, and he welcomed her in, and he did the first recording on Dottie for Starday.
Right, and that's the truth. And I was riding home in my car, and I turned the radio, and I heard this record, and I said, "Who is that?" And the next day, I searched to find Dottie, and found out that there was just a one-record deal. They had just released that one record. I called her and signed her, and signed her to Tree as a writer, and did a record for Atlantic Records. So that's the truth.
Well,
That's where it's.
Thank Tommy for holding her.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. No, that's the truth because I heard that one record on the radio.
Nobody said this is Goldie Hill and it's Tommy Hill's brother or sister or brother, whichever.
And
But
Carl
that's who
Smith.
this is. That's why she knows about that.
And Carl Smith's wife.
And Carl
She's just
Smith's
plain
wife.
No, she's just plain old Goldie.
Oh, I see.